Namaste everyone, welcome to Learn with me. So today we are going to learn about the voice change of present indefinite tense in interrogative affirmative sentences. So all of us we know that interrogative affirmative. Interrogative means, if we are talking about this interrogative, it means we are asking questions. Asking question. Right? Interrogative means asking questions or inquiring. Inquiring about something. So interrogative comes from interrogation. It means asking question or inquiring about something. So today we will see how to change this interrogative and as well as affirmative. Affirmative means we know this is in the positive sense. So today we will change the voice of those sentences that ask question but in a positive sense. So that is why interrogative means asking question and affirmative means in a positive sense. So before going deep into that, let us come to the structure, the active structure of interrogative affirmative sentences in present indefinite tense. So let us begin. All of us we know the structure of the affirmative sentences. If we are talking about the structure of these affirmative sentences, this is if I write an affirmative sentence like I play football. This is an affirmative sentence. Now if I turn this affirmative sentence into an interrogative affirmative sentence, so how will it be? It's pretty easy, just like this. Do I play football? One thing and the most important thing we need to remember that at the end of the sentence we must put a note of interrogation. That makes it an interrogative sentence. So this is what an interrogative affirmative sentence is. Now we need to see how to change these sentences from active to passive voice. Before that, let us dissect the structure of this particular sentence. Like do, this one is do or does, plus I means subject. So here I is subject plus play. Play here is the verb plus object, that is football, and obviously at the end of it we should put a note of interrogation. So let me rewrite the structure here for better understanding of it. The structure of the active sentence of interrogative affirmative. Let us do it here once more for our better understanding. So if we put the structure of the interrogative affirmative sentences in present indefinite tense, the structure of the active voice would be like this. So it should be do oblique does. It will depend on the pronoun, the number and person of the pronoun, plus subject plus verb plus object plus others if any, plus obviously a note of interrogation. This we have to remember pretty clearly. So this is what the active structure of interrogative affirmative sentence in present indefinite tense. Now, how can we change this into passive? So let us try. If we write the passive structure, it would be like, we know in affirmative sentence we have seen that in passive, after the object we need to use the be verbs, right? So here also we would write the be verbs first. So it is am, is, are, depending on the number and person of the pronoun, plus object, because we know that the object of this active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. So we have kept the object in place of the subject, plus third form of the verb, third verb. This verb that we have in the sentence, in the active sense, we have to use the third form of this verb while we are turning the active into passive. Plus, going by the general rules, we know that we need to use a by after that. Then the object, here it is the subject. The object, in place of the object, here we have to use the subject. This subject we need to put here in place of the object. So this is the subject of the active sentence, plus others if any, plus obviously the note of interrogation. So this is what both the active and the passive structure of the interrogative affirmative sentences in present indefinite tense. So if we want to change the voice of interrogative affirmative sentences in present indefinite tense, we need to remember the active and the passive structure. Once we can remember, it would turn to us, it would seem to us very easy to change the voices from inactive to passive of the interrogative affirmative sentences in present indefinite tense. So let us now give an example. Let us take an example of a sentence, of an interrogative affirmative sentence, and then let us try to change it into passive. So here we go. So we will take an example of an interrogative affirmative sentence in active. If I write, do we play cricket? Do we play cricket? So this one is an interrogative affirmative sentence. First of all, why this is interrogative? Because we are asking a question. Here we can see, do we play cricket? We are asking a question, and it is in the affirmative sense, not in the negative sense. That is why this one is interrogative affirmative. So let us try to change this one into passive. We know the structure of this one. What is this? First we need to use the be verbs depending on the subject of this passive voice. That means depending on the object of this active voice. Why? Because we all know the object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. So cricket, this is third person singular number. So when it is a third person singular number, this one, third person singular. When it is a third person singular number, then as the verb we use is. Is. Then what we have to use? We have to use the object as the subject. Is cricket. Then the third form of the verb. This is the main verb here. The third form of this verb is play, played, played. So is cricket played? Then generally we have used by, as it is passive voice. Is cricket played by us? This we in active voice turns into us in passive voice. And at the end, obviously, we have to use the note of interrogation. So this is how we can change the interrogative affirmative sentences of present indefinite tense from active to passive. Hopefully the concept is clear. We just need to remember the things, the structures of the active and the passive sentence. If we can remember both the structures, we can pretty easily change the voices from active to passive. So this is what is all about changing the voices of interrogative affirmative sentence in present indefinite tense. Hope it is clear to all of you. Thank you.